I was so shocked. I was so shocked. I know this video says how I knew I was pregnant before I was pregnant, but when that test was positive, I was like, wow. What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Liz and I am a twin mom who's currently pregnant. And if you are new to the family, I really hope that you join us and you hit that subscribe button. So today's video, I just put the twins down. It was a little bit harder to put them down today, but they eventually slept. So they're down to one nap, but they take one very long nap, which is nice on most days. Like sometimes it's cut short for whatever reason, but it's not a lot. Usually it's like very long because I cannot see. Oh guys, these are my new glasses. You can't even tell that I'm wearing glasses. Like, how cool are these? They are so pretty. I love big frames. Like, I just feel like they suit my face shape more. Yeah, I just feel like they suit my face shape more. So anyway, I'm busy making food. So if you hear some rattles at the back, like, don't be alarmed. And I have my little book where I wrote all of these things a while ago. They're actually so funny. Let's get into this video. Most of you follow me on Instagram, so you guys know that I am having one baby. Yeah. I'm so excited for this journey. It's going to be different. I was so scared of having twins again, but because I want 4 kids, I was like, maybe it could be a good idea to have twins again. But oh my gosh guys, the reality of it, like, I no lie, I don't think I can do multiples again. Like, it's a lot, it's messy, it's a lot guys. And not even comparing to like you having very close aged kids, like, it's not the same. Having kids that are a year apart, it's not the same. Twins are a lot. So people out there, if you have kids that are 1 year apart and you say to people that it's like having twins, it is nothing like having twins. I'm just putting it out there. Stop saying it. Nothing. So I've mentioned in my previous video that this pregnancy was planned unplanned, and I think I'm gonna have to have Meg in the video so that we can explain ourselves and what that actually means. I'm actually so hungry. I have not eaten anything. It's like 12 already. I know, bad form, like, but yeah, I have toddlers. But we've always wanted our kids to be very close in age. So when the twins turned about, I think it was 14-13 months, we decided to start trying again, like actively trying. Yes, actively trying to fall pregnant. And we started around October. So it was October, November, and then I fell pregnant in December, which I did not want, because when December hit, I was like, no, let's take a break. Like, I don't want the kids to share a birthday month, because I fell pregnant with the twins in December as well. I did not think that I was pregnant at all. Although, yes, we were actively having intercourse, we were having sex, yes. But again, I just didn't think that I was gonna fall pregnant, because I mean, 2 months had already passed and nothing's happened. And like, I was tracking everything on an app, so I knew when I was ovulating and when I wasn't ovulating. And I think actually, I think on the day that I was ovulating, when the app said I was ovulating, we actually had sex, and probably that was when this baby was conceived. Like, so crazy. I was so shocked. I was so shocked. I know this video says how I knew I was pregnant before I was pregnant, but when that test was positive, I was like, wow, I did not expect that. Let's start. Let me make food first. Right, so when Meg and I decided that we were going to try and get pregnant, obviously there were a few things that I had to change lifestyle wise, you know, to facilitate and make sure that I actually conceive. So I reduced my caffeine intake, I reduced my alcohol intake like significantly. Like, I think at some point I had even stopped up until Christmas, because I was like, oh, it's Christmas, you know, celebration. And I was actually pregnant at that time, but I did not know, obviously. But I do remember, like, when I was drinking during that time, like, I was just not into it at all. And I also started eating more protein, so more meat. Like, guys, I know it's weird, but I'm not like a big meat person. Give me pap and gravy, rice and gravy. I'll be fine. I'll literally be fine. Like, so I started eating more protein because this is what the app suggested, and I started taking breakfast more seriously. I am not a breakfast person. I had to start eating breakfast, and I would have Future Life bran flakes. That was easy for me because I just do not like breakfast and I don't like anything complicated, so that just helped me get my day started. Although during my first trimester it was a whole mess, but that is the next video, so stay tuned. So that's what I had to do to kind of facilitate my body into trying to conceive. And yeah, I guess it worked, because here we are. So in the 3 months that we were trying to fall pregnant, my periods had changed. So after I stopped breastfeeding Gorola at around 6 months, my periods came back after a month. But now every month after that, like, my periods were just a surprise. Like, it was not like before I got pregnant where, like, I had the symptoms and, you know, I knew that my period was coming. Like, I just had no idea. Like, I would just wake up and be like, oops, like, I feel something. During the time that we were trying to fall pregnant, like, every month when I was supposed to get my period, like, then I'd get the sore boobs, nausea, cramping, mood swings, breakouts, and sensitive nipples, which I did not have the whole time postpartum the twins. So those kind of made me feel like maybe I might be pregnant. So every month I bought a pregnancy test. So October, November, and December, just before my period, I had bought pregnancy tests because like I was so sure that I was pregnant, but I wasn't. By the way, if you are like checking your ovulation, you would know that you ovulate after your period. Excuse me. So you ovulate after your period. For some reason growing up I thought that we actually ovulate before our period. Well, it is before.
But you're more freaked out, like, I think it's like 10 days after your period. And then if nothing happens by then the whole process of your egg moving down into the tubes and into your uterus and just breaking down and all of that then happens, which I think is when you start counting maternity days.
Like, I feel like I'm just confusing myself. Like, I'm just going to stop this period ovulation thing. Right. Moving right along. So I just think that I thought that or maybe I was having those symptoms because I wanted to be pregnant so much and it was all in my head, and like probably my brain is just sending out all these symptoms like maybe you are pregnant, like your boobs are sore, this is happening, just to give me that hope or whatever. I remember December I was like a day late and I was like, Meg, I'm never late. And literally the next day, we're actually going to a wedding. It was the 5th of December, like literally in the morning when we woke up. Like I woke up to my period. I was like, oh well, that was sad. We tried. And I think that was when we're like, okay, like it's December, let's just enjoy and let's just give it a break and we'll see when to start again. Like, let's not put pressure on ourselves. Now, moving on to the fun part about how, well, not how I knew, but looking back, all the subtle things that actually I should have seen or should have noticed that I was actually pregnant. And what's weird is that during this time, I was actually not like tracking my symptoms all that much, so I actually did not have the sore boobs and the nausea and the cramping and the mood swings. Like I was perfectly normal, and maybe that's because I was not thinking about it that much, and that's why I said I think my brain was playing tricks on me. So during conception week, which is when, what do they call it? I'd like to think it's an embryo, when the embryo attaches to the lining of your uterus, your womb. I ate a lot. Like I was always hungry. Like I was just eating a lot. And I actually thought that I had worms. So yeah, I was just eating a whole lot. During conception week again, I was peeing a lot, but I didn't think anything of it because I was drinking more water. So I was just like, oh, but it stopped after a few days. So I really didn't think much of it. But looking back, I was like, should have known, man. And about, I would say, during conception week and a little bit after that, I was sleeping more deeply. Like I'm a very light sleeper and I can hear every sound that the kids make, although they sleep in another room. But I was actually like sleeping very deeply, and sometimes I would not even hear the kids cry, which is so out of the blue. Like I would wake up in the morning and I'd be like, wait, Meg, did the kids wake up? And it's like, yeah, I attended to them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I heard nothing, like absolutely nothing at all. So, but I didn't find that weird. I thought that like, I'm just tired. And then, but this was also like another thing that happened in my first pregnancy. Like I started hating the smell of beer and wine. So I had stopped drinking wine like completely because like I for some reason I just could not stand it. But I was also in like a mimosa phase. Like I was really into it. I loved mimosas. That's all I drank. So I was like, maybe it's just like my palate changing. And like I just did not think I was pregnant because I just did not feel pregnant. With the twins, like I felt pregnant. Like my breasts were sore, and like, you know, when they say that you know when you are pregnant, like the twins, I knew I was pregnant. With this one, like I just did not get that hint at all. Nada. Towards the end of December, I started losing my appetite. So from eating a lot to losing my appetite, I mean, those are two different things, but I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, why am I losing my appetite? Like, I was just not hungry, but I was not nauseous, and I did not feel sick at all. So, I mean, that was so weird for me. I just didn't understand how I lost my appetite. But I remember with the twins as well, like my first trimester, I lost my appetite. Like I did not feel like real food, and I'm such a home hearty food, and my mom was around, so like we were cooking a lot. Meg's parents were around, so they were cooking a lot. So I just didn't understand why I did not want to eat. I did not really put much thought into it, but it made sense when I found out I was pregnant, because I usually don't have an appetite during my first trimester. Like all I crave is fruits. That's all I crave in my first trimester, and it's all I feel like I can take down and hold down. And then another symptom was I had itchy nipples. They were not sensitive to the touch, they were just itchy, and like they had not been itchy in a while. And looking back at my first pregnancy, like I had itchy nipples from day one up till I gave birth. I tried to put some lotion on them and Vaseline. That makes it feel a lot better. Not that they are dry, they're just itchy. It was the 2nd of January, I remember, and Meg and I were having a conversation, and we were just like, well, I mean, looking at our finances now after like a few months, maybe we should wait a little bit, and maybe I should go back to work, just to, you know, get our things up and started again, get our finances right again and back on track. So we're like, we're just gonna hold off on trying to have a baby. So that is where the unplanned part comes in. And so obviously during that time I was already pregnant. I had been pregnant obviously for a few weeks, and then I said to Mick, I'm like, well, I'm a day late. My period was supposed to come on the 1st, and it's still not here today, so I think we should get a pregnancy test. And then we went to get a pregnancy test. It was late afternoon, so I was like, well, I'm gonna take it in the morning, since the HCG, if that's what it's called, the pregnancy hormone, is more potent in the mornings because your urine is more concentrated then. So I was like, maybe my period is gonna come tomorrow anyway, you know, because I was late in December. I was like, maybe this is like, you know, a new thing or normal thing. And in the morning there still was no sign of any blood, although like I am feeling like I'm gonna go on my period. Like if you've been pregnant and you're a person that had period pains, like you feel those cramps, I think for about 3 months. You feel those cramps for about 3 months. So yeah, we're gonna talk more about that in the first trimester video. And then so yeah, I took the test. I really was shocked when it said pregnant. I took a clear blue. I didn't take a video because I did not think that it was going to say I'm pregnant. So I just didn't feel the need to be like, oh, let me take a video. So when it came out and it said pregnant, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my word. A little bit after that, then it will tell you the number of weeks. So I think it said 1 to 2. Yeah. So I showed it to Makeover, and he was just laughing, and it was like we're just having a conversation about not trying for a kid, and now this. And I just think that God works in mysterious ways. He has a plan for us, and only He knows what He's gonna do in our lives. But regardless of it being unplanned, to some extent it was planned. So we are very grateful for this, and not a lot of people can fall pregnant this quickly, have the opportunity of actually getting pregnant. So we are not taking this blessing very lightly, and we are just so grateful for this, and I am so excited about this journey. But first trimester was definitely a roller coaster. Someone should have told me that trying to be pregnant with toddlers is a hell of a job. But that is it from this video, guys. That's how I knew that, well, I didn't know that I was pregnant, but those were the symptoms that I should have looked at, and you know, they were not so obvious like the previous months and my previous pregnancy, which was like very painful boobs and just feeling a change in your body. I didn't feel a change in my body for a while, and I think I've only started noticing the change in my body towards the end of my first trimester, because I've been pregnant before. Like, my belly is quite big. I mean, I'm so early in my second trimester, but I feel like I'm already looking like a good 6-7 months pregnant. So I don't know how big this belly is gonna be. So yeah, and it's very true that all your pregnancies are just not the same. This is where I say thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share with someone who might think that they are pregnant, but they are just not sure if, you know, these symptoms could be, because, you know, not all of us get the same symptoms. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys.